I will show you how you can make your own prison.
I can't show you how to build a block. I will tell you what different components you will need, and if there's a tutorial for that, I will link it in the description. Title is a non-media. Just like the one that you see a proper color right now. Please be aware that building a prison requires at least a bit of practical knowledge to be prepared to craft it is. So let's make an inescapable prison. Cool. So what do we need? First things first, we need a good concept. Then you obviously need an inescapable cell. Most probably a way to visit the prisoner that also isn't accessible in any way. In addition to that, we need a ton of protection from outside forces, a system for the guards, both in daily interaction, some smart portal systems, and last but not least, a few small but important additions.
Oh, yeah, and a banger outside decoration is not needed, but definitely helps to make the prison not look like shit. First, for the concept, decide on which dimension you want to build in. The nether has the nether roof that if you're above it, it stops chorus fruiting. And the end is a dimension with limited access points. Since I don't like the idea of occupying a whole dimension just for your prison, and the nether doesn't allow water placement, I will be focusing on the overworld. Let's talk about the cell now. There are a few cell designs that by itself are inescapable, solo. The biggest problem in cells is typically the respawn system. You can either obstruct the bed or break it, so make sure the prisoner hasn't got a way to access the bed, like in this design, where you instantly get dropped down. I recommend Squilly's design the most though, as it allows the bed to be way under the cell, with a lot of solid blocks in between. For more info, check the video in the description. I told you, 3 things off the list in 90 seconds. So let's carry on. We now need a way for visitors to get into the cell. There are 2 possibilities. Make a separate entrance, or let them use the same bed as the prisoner. However, that would mean that you will have to teleport him out later, since you can't just kill him in there, he would just respawn inside of the cell. Till the visitor reaches the point of entrance, you will have to make sure he can't spawn any withers inside, or bring any items inside. So build at least 2 differently designed kill checks to make sure he can't pick up any hidden items after his death. And for the withers, just keep everything so tiny that you can't build the 3 block wide soul sand statue needed to spawn one. Keep in mind that you can also spawn them horizontally. You will also need to include a 1-person door that detects invisible people. And now comes the real challenge. Make it chorus fruit proof. Put water everywhere. And if you can't for some reason, put signs or trapdoors there. It isn't perfect, but often it is not possible to make it 100% chorus fruit proof. Let's talk about guards. So the guards should be able to control the prison freely, but I still recommend a keycard system. So intruders can't really use prison controls to their advantage. The guards should be able to reach any point in the prison with ease to interfere with any problems that might pop up, more to that later. For the most important controls like bed access and portals, I recommend a separate control room only the warden can access. Make sure it is incredibly hard to get into the guard area and that the guards are protected from any attacks at any time. Now let's move on to the portals. When it comes to portals, you will also want to stop people from going into the portal in the nether and then creating a new portal in your prison. So make sure you either have trap portals set up or you don't even have enough space in the prison for a portal to generate.
And now we come to the absolute hardest part, outside force. Generally speaking, it is almost impossible to stop outside force completely, but we can delay it and make it hard to buy time. If the code is not advisable, we managed to defend against 150 out players with this
without using chunk bans. Speaking of them, they are excellent for keeping people out of areas you don't want anyone to be in. There are a few different designs to chunk bans, but they are kinda complicated, so there will be links in the description for more info. If you don't want to use chunk bans because you feel like they're scummy, consider something like Perception Vault, which detects any intruders with observers. Or alternatively, just some good old walls. For walls, we settled on this design. It is the best one we could come up with, feel free to copy it. But wait, withers aren't even our main problem. Ender pearl glitching is. In case you didn't know, by angling your cursor just right, you can ender pearl through ceilings. This only works upwards though. It kinda looks like this. There are air gaps in there, there are blocks that have an interface, so you can't right click anymore once you're in them, there are observers picking up block breaking and whatnot. It is really complicated, and unfortunately there isn't really video explaining the different designs yet, but I got a few attempts screenshotted for you. So try your best to copy them as best as you can. If you can't, just copy the design in the latest Gaia's Vault download. Now the last thing to cover are some small but important details. Of course, you want some elder guardians in there that apply mining fatigue every second. Keep in mind that the redstone lines are the most vulnerable part of your prison, so for the ones that lead outside, make sure to build them out of old-fashioned repeaters and obsidian. To let the guards move around more freely, why not use the ender pearl glitch to your advantage? Make the guards enter areas by glitching through the floor and going back with their stasis chambers. Also, you can use composters to look through all walls so you can keep an eye on visitors and prisoners. You should find plenty of detailed tutorials in the 21 links I've provided below. And I can only recommend to check out mine and other creators' prisons. Remember to share the video with a friend that you want to build a prison with, and this has been SeenSven, and it's been a pleasure.